Good morning. My name is Ryan Falquist from the Center for Instructional Technology. Today we're going to be talking about the IvyLearn Content Partners, how to set up your course using Pearson Materials. With us today from Pearson is Shalyn Anderson and Rob Thomas. I'm going to go ahead and hand over the reins here to Rob to go ahead and do the presentation. So Rob, go ahead and take it away.
Fantastic. Good morning. Can everybody hear me? Or at least can you hear me?
Yes, you sound great.
Excellent, excellent. Well, today we wanted to make sure that we had walked through and provide instruction on how to copy your MyLab and Mastering courses into your IvyLearn courses and integrate those, as well as pull over your grades and perform what we call a grade sync. So I'm going to walk through that process very quickly with you. Again, if you have any questions, please enter them in. I cannot see the chat, so I will need you to tell me which questions are being asked. I'll go ahead and begin. When you've entered your IvyLearn course, on the left-hand menu, you should see a MyLab and Mastering tab here on the left-hand menu. I'll go ahead and click on that. That's actually going to launch the Pearson MyLab and Mastering tool. This should have already been designed for you. Before you start, you will see this, and you'll also receive a course ID. That course ID should look like this number, but may not be this. It is designer followed by 5 digits. If you do not have a course ID, communicate with your course mentor, who's ever responsible for the course in your area. You will need that for the next step. I've clicked on the MyLab and Mastering tab. That's opened up our tool. The first step will be to click Select a MyLab and Mastering product to use with this course. If this is the first time you've ever moved from IvyLearn, the Canvas edition, into our Pearson system, it will prompt you to enter a username and password. You can create a new Pearson username and password, or if you've taught with Pearson Materials in the past, you can use the same Pearson username and password. That only needs to be done one time, and it will remember and sign you automatically into the Pearson system afterward. We'll go ahead and click Select a MyLab and Mastering product to use with this course. Since I've already entered a username and password, it has skipped that particular portion, but if you have any questions, we do have documentation that's forthcoming that walks through exactly what steps those would be. You'll see here there are various dialog boxes. The only one that you'll need for these courses is Copy Existing Course, the ones that's already been designed for you. I'm going to take and copy the course ID that I've received, paste it into the course ID box, and I'm going to click on either or hit return or either click on this magnifying glass. And that shows me the Statewide Accounting 101 course. I'll go ahead and click Select. It is very important at this stage that you use student use course. These courses are designed for student enrollment. They're not designed to be an instructor use course. So we'll keep the default setting student use course in place. We will title the course name according to the conventions that have been given to you. So I'll call this Accounting 102. You don't need to allow other instructors to copy this particular course. They can already copy the design course. The course dates will be the dates in which students can access the course materials. That start date, we always recommend being the present date. That way you can access as a student and you can see the student experience, and then set your course end date as prescribed. We'll click Create Course. You will receive a reference number that you can keep until the course is created. If there's an issue with the course creation, our technical support group is able to look up that course by the reference number and be able to support you in case courses do not create. We haven't had a course not create in some time, so I don't expect that you'll need that. I'll go back to IvyLearn now and click MyLab and Mastering. And as we can see, I've got My Accounting Lab specific links. These links will be specific to whichever MyLab and Mastering product you are using in your course. So you should see at least a MyLab course home link, as well as a couple other links that students may use on the left-hand side. The instructor links that appear to the right-hand side will not appear to students. So if you do not see instructor links, report that immediately to our tech support so that we can add instructor access to your account on the Pearson end. We'll go ahead and click to view support tools. This is how you and your students can reach Pearson technical support if there's any issues or they need to. Students are able to click Pearson support, and that will take them to our 24/7 technical support pages where they can search our knowledge base or connect with one of our tech support agents anytime, day or night. On the MyLab and Mastering tool, as you will see up at the top, a grade sync column has appeared, as well as a diagnostics column. The diagnostics column will tell us about the course and will give our tech support more information in case that information is needed or you do need to open a tech support ticket. They may ask you for those diagnostics. Those can be accessed by clicking MyLab and Mastering, clicking Diagnostics, and at the bottom there's Download Diagnostics Reports, which creates an exported .txt file you can email or upload to our system. Courses typically take between 5 to 10 minutes to create in peak times. So during fall start, it may take as many as 30 minutes to an hour to create a course. For this call, I expect that to create very quickly. As we wait for that course to create before we perform a grade sync, I do want to walk through how to make sure that your IvyLearn course is prepared for a grade sync. I'll go ahead and click on the assignments page. In this course, it's hidden, but the assignments is where when we grade sync assignments, they'll be placed here. You want to make sure that the very first open assignment group is MyLab assignments, or is an open group into which MyLab assignments can be copied. The grade sync will move grades for all of the MyLab or Mastering assignments into your IvyLearn course and place them in the first available assignment group. This one is already set up. I have an empty MyLab items assignment group into which the grade sync will place the Pearson content. I also have other content that's included here, which was created directly within IvyLearn. I'll now click back on the MyLab and Mastering tool. I'll click on Grade Sync, and I can see the course is created and all of my grades are available to sync. I can sync all grades or selected items. I'll click on Item Name, and that will sort up or down based on alphanumeric order. I can choose to check all of the assignments so I can see all of the assignments that will be imported into my course. And I'll click Sync Grades. Don't move away from this page during the grade sync process while the in-process pop-up is there. You'll see on the right-hand side the progress, and that will dynamically update so you can see exactly where in the grade sync process we are. And if there are any errors, they will appear up here at the top and give you those error messages. There shouldn't be, but if there are, you'll be able to see those and report those to Pearson Technical Support. So now I've finished, the In Progress button is gone, and I've completed a grade sync of all of the items in the right-hand side. Since I've completed a grade sync, when I move over to the Assignments tab in my IvyLearn course, I can see that in that MyLab items, all of those assignments have now been synced over, and they're now created. If I wish to move any MyLab assignments out of the MyLab items, or if that needs to be set up in a different way or exams into an exam category, I can click and drag to reorder these assignments. This won't necessarily be needed for every course, but if it is needed, you can click and drag those assignments around. Now that I've completed a grade sync, if I click on the Grades tab within my IvyLearn course, I'll see those assignments listed, and at the far right-hand side, I'll see the different categories or groups that are in my gradebook. When your students enter the course, they'll click on MyLab and Mastering, and they'll click on one of the MyLab links. Course Home will launch the course with the entire left-hand menu that we've included. All assignments or grades or any other page will launch directly to that specific tab. When the student clicks on this for the first time, they will be prompted to enter their Pearson credentials, a username and password, or create one, to enter in any access codes that they may need or have purchased from your bookstore or with their book, and they'll be able to register into the course. We've also included 14-day temporary access for students who do not have their purchase items or access code available. All of that will be included in the documentation for student registration that'll be provided to you if it has not already. So the Course Home, when I click on that, I am in the My Accounting Lab Course Home, and I can conduct any work within the MyLab or Mastering product that I want to. That is the process for copying the course and pairing that with your IvyLearn course, for completing a grade sync, and for ensuring that students have access to the course. At this time, I'll open it up for any questions. That is the process in brief.
Hi, Rob. Could you show how, when you do the grade sync, how that populates the calendar? Would you mind clicking on the calendar and showing that?
Absolutely. So in the MyLab and Mastering course, if due dates have already been set up, I'll move over to assignments before I jump to the calendar. The due dates will be brought into your IvyLearn course. So this one, the first chapter is due June 8th at 11:59 p.m. So when I go to the calendar of my course,
Far left. It's on the far left, green menu.
Oh, there it is. When I move into the calendar of my course, those due dates will be included. So I'll move from May to June, and on June 8th, I should see that assignment there. I'm not showing my Pearson course. I'll check the box for that course so that those assignments populate, and now I can see those on my calendar. The Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, as designated within the course I copied, they appear here on the calendar. Those due dates will be updated in a future grade sync, so if in the MyLab product I change a due date, or those need to be extended for whatever reason for the class, and I perform another grade sync, it will update the calendar with the new due date. Any other questions?
Yeah, this is Ryan again. If anybody has any questions, you could go ahead and just type them in the panel over there if you want. Just type them right in. And if you don't, then we'll give you another minute here. Okay, Rob. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any questions right now.
Fantastic.
That means you did an excellent job answering all the questions.
Excellent. Well, we at Pearson want to make sure that you are fully equipped and have everything that you need for success. So please don't hesitate to reach out to your sales reps and your Ivy Tech team with any questions you have as this process moves forward. We want to make sure that you are fully supported. We've also provided documentation that covers everything that I've talked about today. And thank you so much for recording the session.
Wonderful. Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll conclude this webinar. Again, it's part of the IvyLearn Content Partner Series, how to set up your course using Pearson Materials. Special thanks to Shalon Anderson and Rob Thomas from Pearson. Thank you for your time. Thank you for everybody out there that took the time to either watch this webinar or to show up in person here through the webinar. We appreciate that, taking your time. And there was great information here, so we'll definitely be able to share it, and we'll be posting it here shortly as far as on our website, so everybody will have access to it. And again, I just want to thank everybody for attending. This concludes this webinar. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great day.